Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sunique. Welcome if you're new here and welcome back if you've been before. I'm so pleased to have you here. So what I've been up to, since I come back from Paris, I've been on a bit of a low really, but I think that always happens when we've been somewhere on holiday and we come back to reality, real life and everything. So I've been having a few days out is what I've been doing. And where have I been? I've been to some lavender fields here in Cornwall, which is absolutely beautiful, in full bloom at the moment. So that was a delight. I'll put some pictures up. And then from there, went to Cornwall. Cornwall is a really interesting place. There's Bassett's Point, which you can see as you're driving down the A30. It's very prominent. You can see it from miles around here in Cornwall. And Cornwall, they call it a castle, although it never was a castle. It was a hunting lodge. And I think it's part of Bassett's legacy as well. But it's now a restaurant, and it's very interesting because part of it's sort of built on these rocks. I'll show you these pictures as I'm talking. But yeah, part of it's built on these amazing granite outcrops that are all over. And the view is spectacular, 360 degrees all the way around. So if ever you're in Cornwall, go see, because it is amazing. And then I've had a day out in Foy. I didn't take any photographs actually in Foy. I will go back and take some, but I was with somebody and it wasn't really possible to take photographs with them there. And also the following day I went to Loo, which is another little seaside village. I did manage to take, I think, 2 photos there, so I'll put those up, but they're not brilliant, they're just snaps. So yeah, I've been having little days out, little drives out with friends, and that's been really nice. And so it sort of took the edge off coming back off holiday and feeling a little bit, oh, back to normal. Shit too. So yeah, let's unbox a deck. So what shall I unbox today? Because a few came in while I was in Paris. And so I have got a few to unbox, but I'm just going to do them one video at a time. Because my little legs won't take standing up for too long, I'm afraid. So what shall we unbox today? I think I'm going to unbox this one because actually I have had this a while and not opened it. And this is called the Phantasm of Life Tarot, and as you can see from this image here, it is very Art Nouveau. So let's take a look at this one. Oh, exciting! By the by, I bought this tarot cloth in Loo. I've just taken it out of its bag, and so this aroma is just wafting up. It's beautiful, and it's of the moon. So yeah, very nice. So this is a flip box, flips out that way. It's got sort of this gold detailing on the front of the box, and it's raised as well. There's some sunflowers, are very apt for this time of the year. Butterflies. Again, we've got this raised gold foil here. And again, it says Phantasm of Life Tarot. It's very difficult to read, actually, against the white of the box. I love this filigree as well. Beautiful. And there, it sort of reminded me a little bit of Versailles. This is very apt. And we have, like I say, this Art Nouveau style. It's very European, almost like Muka. Have a little look. So this is the inside, and it looks like cherry blossoms. So I think this is, it's either Japanese or Chinese. I don't know. I really don't know. Does it say China, made in China? But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a Chinese deck, but it could be. And the booklet is in a different language. So yeah, that's going to be useful. Oh, hold on. It's in English in the back. Hey, there we go. So, Phantasm of Life Tarot. And it says, life can be as short and empty as a phantasm. Oh dear. That's sort of echoing a little bit of how I'm feeling. But yeah, not to get too personal. That just hit. Anyway, sometimes I feel like my time has been stolen from me, but I haven't done anything yet. Oh my days. When I stand in the sun and see my own shadow, I realise that I really exist in this world. As I get older, I start to feel nostalgia sets in. I become fond of vintage gadgets or reminiscing about childhood moments. The past is so far, but so vivid. The Phantasm of Life Tarot is based on the traditional Waite Tarot, which was drawn by Pamela C. Smith. The card pictures show a slightly dark fairy tale atmosphere combined with retro colours, taking us back to the past to experience what we have ever been from the perspective of witnesses. When you look up and see the light, bring your past with you and continue to chase your dreams. Well, that has told me, hasn't it? Because I'm in a little transition period at the moment and trying to decide which direction to take. So I think this is going to be a real helpful deck. We've got some card layouts here. So we have the shadow aspect and the light aspect in this light and shadow spread. That's cool. So status quo is just, yeah, staying where we are, I guess. Fear, so the shadow cards, we have fear, action, under fear. the worst outcome. And then for the light ones, we have hope, change, and a better outcome. Yes, I think I need to do that spread. Anyway, we have just a little paragraph here for each card. So we'll try, I might try that spread actually, just using this guidebook. You can see it's sort of got the same amount of text for the minors as we do for the majors, and ends on the King of Pentacles. So that's really going to be useful. And this is written by Lisha. Oh, you have a clown. If you don't like clowns, the Fool is a clown. And it's actually reminding me here of the Dreaming Way Tarot. I think it's this black and white check on the hat. Oh, this is going to be delightful, I think. That's the inside of the box, some more cherry blossom. Let's put that to one side and we'll have a little look at the cards. So, these are the edges, which is sort of a silvery, holographic style. It's very nice. Backs. Oh, cherubs. Do we trust a cherub? I don't know, do we? They're standard Rider-Waite-Smith size, I think. Yes, same size as a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Traditional tarot size. So let's go through these cards. So we start with the Major Arcana. Again, we've got this filigree, and it is gold foil, it's raised. And we're standing on a little sailboat, still got the white rose. And the seagulls got the bag there. We've got a black cat, I think. Is it a cat or a dog? I think it's a cat on the shoulder there. And we've got another seagull coming in. I presume they're seagulls. Being by the sea here. Oh, this is beautiful. Not quite a border on there, but the image comes outside of the border, the frame. I like this. Oh, look at that for the magician. He has a monocle. He has a walking cane. We've still got the lilies. I've got sort of an astro background behind this curtain. Bit of a trickster, I think, this one. Oh, this High Priestess is so beautiful. Those colours, oh, they are divine. So we've got this like real deep plum shade here, and then these purples and these pomegranates all the way around. And we've got these two plinths instead of the normal pillars we see in the background. These are like vessels here. And we've got the B and J there. And the moons. She doesn't have a moon crown, but she does have a moon on her forehead there. It's very faint. So we've got this heart shape here. Just seeing if the Venus glyph was raised, but it isn't. That cape is glorious. And a crown and the vase. Oh, this is a beautiful deck. Emperor looks quite young. Even the owl looks quite young. It looks like an owlet. Owlet. Got the Aries sign there. Hierophant. Oh, look at these little acolytes here. But our Hermit looks very much like the Rider-Waite-Smith. I think it is the Rider-Waite-Smith card reproduced on to this one and collaged with the rest of the image. Cardstock's nice, by the by. Oh, the Lovers. So what's happening here? We've got these hands, and I'm not quite sure what's in those hands there, which is the angel, I would have presumed. We have what looks like the Gemini sign there. We've got these apples. Oh, temptation. And then we've got these wings here. But what's going on in the back? I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It looks like there's something sticking in the female back. That's interesting. And then there's this cord. The keywords are cooperation, coexistence, love, and communication. And it says, before getting involved in a group, you are a proud individual. After getting involved in a group, your light never dims. Oh, that's nice. The Lovers represents the collision and union of different energies, like two souls linked to each other under the sun. They break down all barriers and allow each other to understand them from the outside in. to accept their influence and to blend into themselves. That is a beautiful entry. Look at the Chariot here, and we have rams instead of the horses we usually see. Again, these individuals are very young looking. This Chariot is really ornate. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, Strength. Isn't that adorable? It does have these sort of echoes of the Dreaming Way Tarot. I think it's the colour choices that I'm seeing there. Oh, isn't that adorable? Oh, I'm loving this deck. Hermit. Time. 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 We need to be aware of time. And we do have, yes, we do have the astrological glyphs on the cards. So I only saw it initially on one, but yes, they're here. Yeah, there, and I missed it. I apologise, they're all at the top here. Okay. The wheel, Jupiter. But we've also, in the corners here, instead of those animals that we normally see, we have the actual fixed signs represented by their glyphs. Looks quite Egyptian, doesn't it? Well, isn't she just dandy? Absolutely beautiful. And the Hanged Man is entwined by a snake. And also, it's got the same sort of clothing on as the acolytes in the Hierophant. Isn't that interesting? I wonder why. What's the connection that they've made there? Oh, look at Death. Very different stance here for Death. Very different. So we've still got the flag with the rose on. This looks like the helmet of a Roman soldier for some reason. I don't understand. We've still got these people that we've normally seen a Rider-Waite-Smith, but he's not on a horse. Temperance. Adorable. Oh, this is really reminding me of, it is reminding me of Paris. Oh, someone's been shopping. Did they go to Lafayette? Oh, that place is huge. I only went on, wow, 2 floors? No, 3 floors. But yeah, it's huge. Anyway, the tower. I love the way that the waves are depicted. I think this is why it's reminding me of Japan, really. You know, the cherry blossoms on the inside of the box and the way that waves are depicted as well. So our tower is a merry-go-round. Isn't that interesting? The star. Beautiful. Again, we've got this Egyptian theme going on here. But the stars are reflected in the water. They aren't in the sky that we can see in the card anyway. Oh, look at this moon. So we have all the phases here. Nice shoes. The sun. Oh, adorable. Judgment. One form of judgment I think of is when somebody looks down their nose at you, like, you know, that look, which is what seems to be going on here. Anyway, the world. This time we do have the 4 corners as pictures. Yay, minus. So a spark here for the Ace of Wands, our initial spark. We've got a glint coming off the ring here, and also it looks like a crystal at the bottom. The 2 little devils. And the world is a handbag. Oh, and look at the rug. Is that a magic carpet with the lilies and the pomegranates? 3. Yeah, it's the dress as well. The way the figures are dressed also remind me of Dreaming Way in some of the cards. That's a different 4 of Wands. So here, this is more like the Four of Swords, isn't it? Having a rest. But we've still got this structure going on. That's strange. 5. So for the 5 of Wands, it's conflict, challenge and competition. It says the girl's belongings are scattered on the floor because of her mistake. I wonder what her mistake was. She's angry at this, but she does not wish to reflect on her conduct. We grow not only with age, but also with different individual values. When we begin to be brave and stubborn, we will always stand firm in everything. Interesting take. We've got one of those fairground horses here on the 6 of Wands for the victory. But only victory over the toys. The 7. So we're defending our toy box. Oh, look at the elephants. We have an elephant. Oh, look at this 8 of Wands. Yes. Beautiful. 9. Oh, a barrier. And 10. I think we have too many sunflowers. It's having too much sun, isn't it, with all this heat wave? Anyway, a 3rd heat wave. Oh, look. Wow. Page of Wands, represented by hands in prayer. We've got salamander. We've got the sunflowers. A little bag. The knight. Oh, you can see the energy there. So the knight is represented by the helmet. A queen. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Where's the cat? I don't see a cat. Oh, no cat. She laid a crown down on the floor there. And the king. Lots of candles. Actually, that one's fell over there. Yeah, definitely dreaming way. You know, I'll shut up about dreaming way. I don't know if I've ever done a walkthrough of the Dreaming Way tarot. Beautiful deck. Ace of Cups. We don't see the actual bird, but we see the bird's wings and the wafer. 2. The 3. Lotuses. The 4. I wonder if the seagulls did that or they're just waiting to clean up, as they do. A few people like that on the beach at the moment. Yes, and lost their ice creams and such to the seagulls. A 5 of Cups. And the 6. Little toys. The 7. The Choice. Looking towards temptation. The purse on the back as well. The 8 of Cups. Oh, this is so good, so good. The 9. Yeah, a very childlike quality to this deck, isn't there? 10, with all the little toys and such. Oh, this collecting in the little apron there, dancing around with the teddy bear. Oh, this is so cute. Page. Oh, it's letting the fish out. Yes, that's a great depiction. The energy, the night. Beautiful, beautiful. I think the horse is actually a unicorn. Queen. Mermaid is offering up the beautiful cup to the Queen of Cups. This seashell. Another lotus. And the king. Yeah, even the slippers are like the Dreaming Way. A lighthouse. Okay, swords. Butterflies. Yeah, this is also a little bit reminiscent to me of the Ciccoli, Nicoletta Ciccoli. Oh, look at that. The love heart is a cushion being stabbed. Who's stabbing it? Is she stabbing it, or is she taking the swords out and recovering? Oh, that's an interesting take. Oh, look at this. The 5. Oh gosh, someone's having a tantrum. 6. Oh, the 7. Trying to reach that one that's almost impossible to reach. That's a calamity about to happen, I think. This is 8. Beautiful. 9. Holding on to that teddy bear. How many mattresses are on that bed? Trying to protect themselves, I think. 10. Oh, the teddy bear's been stabbed. Oh, look at the letter. It's hot. Oh, the page. Knight. Queen. And king. Okay, pentacles. Ace. 2. 3. Oh. Doing cut and paste. 4. These are my toys, you're not having them. 6. 7. Oh. 8. 9. 'Jack in the box. There's toys here, I remember, you know. The 10. All those wooden blocks as well, I remember those. The page. Knight. Lovely. Queen. Oh. And the king. Okay, so I paused the video to cleanse and charge this deck. So I used some incense. This incense, it's still burning away actually. I'll just put it out of the way for air. I also used some sand, I used a singing bowl, and I used this for earth, which is some moss that I collected. So what I've done is like put it on my fingers so I get the feel of the moss and the smell of the moss. Definitely. And then as I handle the cards, it brings in that earth energy, because I think this is quite an airy deck, I would say. And of course we have the fire as well with the incense. Okay, so what I'm going to do is a couple of things. I'm going to do a deck interview spread because I really feel called to work with this deck. So I'll do my usual questions and share it with you, and then I can write it up afterwards in my journal. So my first question: what advice would help me to learn with working with you? What advice would help me to learn working with you? What advice? Oh, the 5 of Wands. Okay, don't get frustrated when it doesn't work out the way you think it's going to work out. Maybe this is a little bit of a deck that doesn't really, although it says it's Rider-Waite-Smith based, maybe it has got its own little quirks, I think, and so don't throw your toys out the pram when it doesn't align with how you usually read the tarot. I think that's the message there. How might you help me grow as a reader? Ace of Cups, so it's an opportunity here from the heart. that's being offered. I like the colours. Okay, where will I struggle? King of Pentacles, okay. Maybe not using the deck to its full potential. I think that's what that's saying. One final question. What is your biggest message for me today? What is your biggest message for me today? Justice, fairness and equality. Okay, so I'm looking at these elementally, and we have fire, water, earth, and we have Libra, which I believe is air. So we've got all of the elements here, so everything in balance. And we've got like these two colours echoing on the outside, but we've also looking at maturity here. So here I see somebody really immature, and here I see someone very mature. So it's a journey to maturity, I would say. Isn't that interesting? I wasn't asked the deck which zodiac sign it is, but I really think it's an air sign. But let's just play and see what the deck says. So if you were to define yourself as a zodiac sign, which zodiac sign would best represent you? Gemini, the twins. So Gemini is an air sign. So it does confirm the way I was thinking, that this is an air sign. So it'd be good to use with Gemini energy. Okay, so finally I am going to do this spread in the book. Here we go. Light and shadow spread. I'll give this a go. Could be a long video. Anyway. So when we are in the dark, it's hard to find the light and see where things might go. Sometimes we just need a reminder to think differently. The light and shadow spread allows you to see the whole picture, stand under the light and regain the courage to move forward. So, our first card goes in the centre, and this is the status quo. Okay. This is the status quo, Six of Pentacles. And we find comfort in looking in the past. Things were provided for us here. We didn't have to think about anything. We could just receive without worry, really. This girl shares her own washed grapes with the two children at her side, and it's the way she treats people. After the trials and tribulations of life, we will see more clearly how valuable the gift of life is. If you need help, accept it. Show your appreciation and give it back when you have balance in your life. Giving and receiving, yes. There's a poignant pull. Okay, so going now to the second position, which is fear. So the fear of something in your mind may be the reason why you are stuck in the dark. Ten of Wands. Feeling overburdened. Excess, exhaustion, persistence. The florist has so many new sunflowers arriving today. The girl thinks she could save time by moving them all at once, but in fact she cannot do so at all. So when your abilities are recognised, you will be given greater responsibility, but in many cases we also need to see our own limits. For me, I think I am focusing on my own limitations and worrying that I cannot actually do everything I want to do. And there's a lot I want to do, but I can't do it all, can I? I'm a typical Sagittarian. I've got loads of ideas. Those are things that I like to do. Okay, the third position. Action under fear, patterns of constant compromise and a fear of change. So am I constantly compromising myself because I'm fearing change? The Empress. Abundance, growth, maternal love and nature. The Empress is half lying on the sofa holding a crystal wand in her hand. 12 stars of wisdom and beauty are imprinted on the yellow wall. Her shawl is embroidered with pomegranates and vases filled with ears of wheat representing fertility and strong life force sit beside her. The powerful connection between the Empress and life energy is at work. Okay, nature for me. This is all about nature and how nature is constantly changing. And it's, I think, the pattern of constant compromise. A fear of change. I mean, nature is always changing. And we have, well, I feel I have to compromise with the weather. The weather dictates a lot of my mood as well, you know. If it's grey and raining, I get very, not depressed, that's not the right word. I don't get depressed, but it definitely affects my mood. In fact, I do have seasonal affective disorder. I do suffer with that. And so I used to do a lot of photography, and so I became very attuned to light throughout the day, and I was very aware of the light. So it's a pattern in my life that I've developed because light and photography go hand in hand. It dictates a lot of things for me. And so, yes, compromising for weather, really, in nature. And that might be what's holding me back here. This is something to contemplate, isn't it? I mean, here I do like giving, very much so, but to be honest, I don't get a lot back. I seem to be the one that's giving here. Of my knowledge, of my time. It needs to be reciprocated, and at the moment it's not reciprocated, and so that's something I really need to focus on, I think, without overburdening myself and compromising what I do, dictating my actions based on nature. This makes sense to me. It probably doesn't make sense to anyone watching this, and I apologise for that because it is a personal reading. Let's look at the light aspect, shall we? Okay, so the next card, in fact there's one more. Okay, there's one more at the bottom. 4. Oh, the worst outcome. Okay. Oh, we're not looking at the light yet. We're still looking at the shadow. So the worst outcome, the worst possible outcome. This cloth is moving around a little bit. I do apologise. So the worst outcome. What could the worst outcome be? Oh, 10 of Swords. Oh, I'm killing my childhood dreams, I think. You know, this is thought, isn't it? This is self-sabotage, really. All the stuffing's coming out of this bear. All its innards on the outside. As I read from the book, it says, pain and metamorphosis. Inside with the plenty of swords, the teddy bear has been suffering ravages of its owner. But it is about to escape his sad fate, for the girl's lost love has been returned to her. There. So although it looks awful, there is a ray of hope here because it says the worst is behind you and you will face the future with a stronger heart. Yes, I could do with a stronger heart. I'm having a few heart issues at the moment. Anyway, too much information, I'm sure. Let's have a look at the hope, an opportunity that you didn't see but can seize or a course of action. So this is card 5. Oh, 4 of Wands, rest. Normally, this card's sort of confusing me because normally it's a celebration. But here somebody's like lying down. Maybe they're going to have a massage. That could be what it is. Maybe I need to go and have a massage. Anyway, this is hope. An opportunity that you didn't see but can seize, or a course of action. I am strongly thinking I need to go and have a massage. That idea does sort of appeal. It's a success celebration, short break. School activities have come to an end and the boys' team has an unprecedented success. Now he can rest in peace. 4 of Wands reflects that you are going through a very smooth period in your life and that all your hard work has finally blossomed. It's time to enjoy your success. So I can seize that opportunity. Oh, sounds good. Okay, then we have card 6, change, the way you pull yourself into the light or the changes you need to make to move on to a new path. This will be interesting. What changes do I need to make? Six of Swords. Okay, so I'm just reading from the guidebook because it's quite interesting. So it's healing, transition and hope. The boy saves the toy car from a jumble of objects and he gets the joy he has not had for a long time. Spending too much time immersed in chaos and muddling through can make you want to slack off. Be aware that this is a red flag. To me, this is sort of saying I need to do some decluttering. Definitely need to do some decluttering, which is very true, actually. Looking at the numbers here, so we've got 2 10s, we've got 2 6s, a 4 and a 3. Interesting. Anyway, the final card is a better outcome, card 7. So the better outcome in the light. The better outcome. The Magician. Okay. That's going from 10 back to 1, isn't it? Take control, I'm thinking. Got all the tools I need. Sorry, is that in frame? Got all the tools I need. And it says creativity, confidence, interesting work and power of execution. The magician is performing on stage and the spotlight is shining on him. Behind him are wisdom, energy, virtue and light from above. Once the curtains are lifted, the magician will become a transmitter of energy between our world and above. All elements on the table are at his disposal and he silently recites the incantation that initiates creation. Come and join this creative moment. I wonder if I can get all these cards on the screen. Let's have a look if I can do that. Status quo. This is the shadow. This is the light. So what can I learn from this? I'm clearly coming to the end of a cycle here. We have 2 10s and then in the light aspect we're back to the 1, as I said before. That's interesting in itself. 3 here is for me all about growth, and so I'm growing based on this shadow cycle. I'm getting growth from this to move forward, to leave this status quo, which is a 6, which is really interesting because it's right in the middle of the tree of life, and so it's all about perfection and beauty. But we can't stay here, can we? We need to carry on, we need to move. So I'm going to go backwards a bit with the number 4, take a rest. Then I'll progress to the 6 here, which again, we've got beauty, but it's a different type of beauty, isn't it? Here it is, the giving, the receiving. Maybe not being realistic about this. And this is the reality. There's too much going on, there's too much happening in my life, and I need to focus on one thing that's going to actually move me forward so I can take control of my life and put everything where it needs to be. Not focus on the hurtful things that people feel the need to express. You know, we've got a bed here and all these swords in this vulnerable little teddy bear. I know it's a stuffed animal and it's not real, but the representation for me is childhood and how we can get really hurt by things people say. But we can transform. I mean, there's butterflies here, and it's time. Don't lie down and just take it. Take hold of life. You know, don't get overwhelmed. I mean, these two cards sort of echo each other as well. This overwhelmed feeling here. But in order to be at one with the way nature wants me to be, you know, in tune with nature, in tune with the cycles of life, then recuperation from what has hurt. We've got two beds. So recuperating and taking care of myself and celebrating my own successes with little treats, maybe like a massage. Leaving behind the past and what has cluttered my life, if you like, those thoughts. And, you know, we have swords again, so it's mind clutter really, isn't it? All these things that are living inside my head, rent-free, they need to be cleared really. I can pop these balloons. Move forward. Just take my teddy bear with me because now that teddy bear is healed. You see? Beautiful. This deck's really good, isn't it? Journal more on this spread and on my interview spread as well. But this is going to be a firm favourite deck for me. So until my next video, thank you so much for being here, especially if you stay till the end. And I'll see you in my next video, hopefully. Bye now. Bye.